Good morning, everyone. This is our back to school staff presentation. I'd like to welcome everyone to the beginning of this new school year. Our focus is strengthening partnerships with families while creating an inclusive learning environment where every student can thrive. Together, we will build a school culture centered on character, belonging, and academic excellence. The presenter, Kevin Beavers, and this is for the 2026-2027 school year. All right, our priorities. These goals, goal 1 and 2, engage families to strengthen student learning in and out of school and to promote inclusivity in learning. These goals were selected because they address our school's greatest opportunities for growth and align with our community's needs. Strong relationships between families, teachers, and students create these conditions necessary for success. Here's some of our desired outcomes: increase family participation, improve student achievement, positive climate, another greater equity for all learners. Community snapshot. These are some of the highlights over here: the student demographics, family diversity, socioeconomic factors, language, community partnerships, technology access, student achievement trends. And what we learned are the things listed here. Families and education values need flexible opportunities to participate, going through many different backgrounds, or transportation barriers, which we see a lot at our school, considering we also don't have many buses for our bus routes, and then community organizations willing to help out with the school. Our community snapshot provided a valuable insight to the strengths and needs of our families. Understanding these characters helps us make informed decisions that support every learner. Community values and character education. These community values: respect, responsibility, compassion, integrity, service, perseverance. My biggest one that I think that's a huge deal is integrity. Um, I hold that very, very high. But character education strengthens both academic and personal development by intentionally teaching virtues that reflect our community's values. Students develop the habits necessary for lifelong success while contributing positively to our school culture. School culture is a big one. If you ain't got no school culture, nothing's going to go right. And here's some of our initiatives: monthly character traits, student leadership opportunities. It's always a good thing to get students in a leadership role. Start that off early. I never got put into a leadership role while I was a student until I was in the military, and then literally got thrown into one. So I think it's a good thing for students to have those opportunities. And service learning projects and school-wide recognition programs. All right, data sources. Data helps us ensure that resources are distributed equitably rather than equally. Our decisions will focus on removing barriers and providing the support students and families need to succeed. Using community data for decision making is very important. It lets you know what everybody wants. It kind of gives you that snapshot and shows you everything. Right there: community snapshot, attendance, academic performance, family surveys, discipline data, technologies, access surveys, and then equitable resource planning. All right, our goal 1 for the family engagement strategies: research-based strategies, got two-way communication, parent square, remind, all those things, those little chat groups and apps that you can use. I use them for sports constantly. And if you got some families, like for some sports, and I'm in Florida, we're going to have Spanish-speaking families that don't have translation services, so we got those there. Family feedback surveys, learning partnerships, family literacy nights, math workshops, student-led conferences, volunteer opportunities. There's tons of things out there because a lot of these kids need these volunteer hours, and then parents also like to volunteer within the school to help their children out because it allows them to get to know everybody and be a part of something that their child's a part of and know what's going on. And then the responsibilities would be teachers, regular communication, invite family participation, support staff. And, I mean, we got a list of them right here you can read. But the research consistently shows that meaningful family engagement improves attendance, behavior, and academic achievement. Every staff member has a role in the building in building these partnerships, which is true because everybody plays a different key role. Some are within sports, some are within academics only, some are within SGA, some are within parents for teachers. There's many avenues that everyone can be involved. All right, these research-based strategies, the two-way communication, we've went over these already. The universal data for learning allows all students to access rigorous instruction while recognizing that students learn differently. This proactive approach benefits every learner. I mean, this is literally the last slide, but it just actually gets on there with that research based. All right, goal 2, inclusive learning strategy 1, universal design for learning, implementation, multiple ways to learn, flexible assessment, student choice, accessible technology, differentiated instruction. The benefits: it supports diverse learners, improves engagement, reduces learning barriers, and promotes equity. Meaning everybody's getting the same opportunities that the next kid's getting. An inclusive school culture is built intentionally through relationships and respect. Restorative practices help students develop accountability while strengthening the community. You don't want to leave someone out just because you're incapable of helping them. Like there's ways to figure it out. You need to help them. Human flourishing occurs when individuals are supported academically, socially, emotionally, and morally. Character education is woven through each of our initiatives. This is a big one for goal 2, inclusive culture strategy 2. The actions: restorative circles, relationship building, cultural celebrations, inclusive classroom practices, student voice opportunities. I know for our school, with the cultural celebrations, we have the Spanish section and the Spanish team. They'll have days that celebrate Spanish holidays during the school year, and they'll bring food in and have the room open for everyone to come through and have those things. I mean, not all the sports, they invite everyone in. They want everyone to be involved. It doesn't matter if you're a fluent English speaker or not, you're going to be involved at our school. And we're going to make sure that you feel welcome. All right, communicating the goals. The way we can communicate these and the strategies we can take: regular communication, monthly newsletters, social media updates, school website, parent communication apps, board updates. We do this consistently. I know as a football coach and a wrestling coach and a girls flag football coach, I am constantly on these parent communication apps. I get questions left and right over things that have nothing to do with the sport we're doing. It has something to do with the school, and I'll figure those things out and help them out if they happen to not be in those avenues where they can get that information. Communication strategy 2 would be the engagement events, open house, family nights, community forums, parent advisory council, volunteer recognition events. We do one of these per semester for the open houses and family nights. We do community engagement events. We have parades for homecoming. We do a bunch of volunteer work where we'll go to a church and maybe kids will lay sod, or we'll get an entire baseball team or football team out there to help lay sod somewhere, or do something for the community that gets us out there and involved. We consistently engage them for sponsorships, all of those things. And then success measures, family participation rates. We'll get the data for that. The student achievement. It's a known fact that the better your culture is at your school, the better the students achieve in their grades. So I mean, I think when everyone's having a good time, everybody succeeds. Attendance. When attendance is low, there's something wrong. When attendance is high, you're doing it right. The climate survey results, and then teacher feedback. All right, moving forward, every student, every family, every staff member, together we will build trusting relationships, foster inclusion, promote character, support student success, create a flourishing school community. I just want to thank everyone for being here, and thank you for your commitment to our students and families. Together we can create an environment where every member of our school community is valued, challenged, and supported. Thank you.